Alright, here we have kind of an interesting geometry and algebra problem. We're given here a circle centered at A, and it's enclosed in a square so that all the sides of the square are tangent to the circle. And the shortest distance from the circle to the corner right here is drawn at point B, and this has a length of 2 feet. And what we want to do is find the radius of the circle to the nearest hundredth of a foot. Alright, well, it's probably convenient here. Let's go ahead and draw the radius here to the point B. So that's what we're looking for. So let me label that as X. Alright, so we're looking for the length X. Now, let's draw a few other copies of the radius here. I know I can draw a radius right there. Since this is tangent, I know that's a right angle. Similarly, if I draw to the point of tangency here, I know that's a right angle. So, and each of these is also X. So we have here a little square of side length X, so this side is also X. Alright? So what I want you to focus on is this right triangle right there. Okay, so let me bring it out so we can see the right triangle. Okay, so this is X, this is X, and then if you notice here, the hypotenuse is X plus 2. Alright, so by looking at the geometry here and knowing that the square is tangent the square sides here are tangent to the circle, gives us this right triangle. Once we've got that, then it's a straight Pythagorean theorem problem. So by the Pythagorean theorem, which gives us a relationship between the lengths of the sides of a right triangle, we know that the sum of the squares of the two shorter sides is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and clean up this equation. So this gives us 2x squared on the left, and on the right, if we multiply that out, we get x squared plus 4x plus 4. Setting that equal to 0, I'm going to bring everything over to the left here. I get 1x squared minus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. So our x is a solution to this quadratic equation. Now, this quadratic equation is not going to factor. You can check it, but I'm going to go ahead and use the quadratic formula here. So x is equal to negative b. b is negative 4, so that's 4, plus or minus the square root of our b, negative 4 squared, minus 4 times a times c, which is also negative 4, all over 2 times a. So let's clean this up. That's 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 1 times negative 4 is positive 16 all over 2. So that gives us 4 plus or minus the square root of 32 over 2. But certainly 32 has a perfect square in it, namely 16. So let's clean that up. That gives us that x is 4 plus or minus. Bring that square root of 16 out. We're left with a 2 underneath. And separating this gives us 2 plus or minus 2 square roots of 2. All right. Now, since the radius can't be negative, and square root of 2 is about 1.4, so 2 times that is going to be bigger than 2. So our x must be 2 plus 2 square roots of 2, or that's approximately, I believe, 4.83, and everything's measured in feet. So the radius of our circle is approximately 4.83 feet.